things should now change. We should also learn from the communities. It should not be a one-way. Even the rural communities have got very rich practices.
It is my opinion that universities will need to engage more and more in partnership to offer quality programming. The type of collaboration which exists with the TEN project is what we should be looking for as universities.
Our best brains are predicting temperature rises now, bringing to the earth droughts and floods and spreading deserts, and at the same time our planet is to get about 1/3 more people to feed by the middle of the century we are in now. Well, if all this is right, then all of us will suffer, but Africa is to be hit the worst. In Africa, yields of rain-fed agriculture are to be halved by 2020 in some countries, and arid and semi-arid lands are to expand by up to 8%. Well, there is some uncultivated, though arable, land in the world, and Africa has got about 60% of it. But that means that in addition to climate change and population growth, Africans now have to take on land purchasing by foreign countries, even commercial companies. Water purchases. Africa does have some vast lakes in places. The policies of aid agencies, well intentioned of course, but aid agencies have their own objectives too. Africa has serious governance issues. It is a net importer of food, so that the instabilities of food prices in recent years have had cruel effects. In short, Africa is ill prepared for the hunger that seems well on its way already. The FAO judges that close to a quarter of people in Malawi and close to 1/3 of people in Zambia are undernourished. Into these two countries, with some trepidation, comes the TEN Hunger Project. TEN's job? To see what universities can do to help communities of farmers on tiny farms where parents are commonly absent, lost to HIV/AIDS, or gone to cities to get a little money, sometimes to send children to school. Ireland knows it is really hard to understand fully the needs of people in small farm communities. Still, African universities commonly provide agricultural advice, and they connect at every level with the many agencies dealing with subsistence farmers. Much of the problem lies in how to get inside the minds of these small growers, how to understand what they are really thinking and what their real needs are, and then to develop policies and advice that respond to what they themselves know, what they themselves, the farmers on the ground, identify as their real needs for resilience in climate change, and for managing their lives in difficult times, times that already exist and are ahead of them. So, Irish Aid and the HEA support the TEN project to see how the situation may be transformed. TEN is a grouping of 4 universities, 2 in Zambia, Mulungushi University and the Zambian Open University, 1 in Ireland, that's NUI Maynooth, and 1 in Malawi, that's Mzuzu University. Now, each of these African universities has a community of small farmers which it already supports with advice and so on. And the question for TEN is how to bring about, in a way that everybody wants, transformation of policy and practice, and bring those things more under the influence of local communities and the needs they identify. It's a big job. And to attempt that big job, each African university has recruited about 10 master students, people who are already working with smallholders, though in different jobs and agencies. And subsistence farmers do have expertise. They already survive in difficult times and places. How do they manage their circumstances now? gathering and sharing that expertise as an important part of the 10 program.
It is therefore with great delight that we at Mulungushi University today celebrate the official launch of our first graduate program, the Master's Degree in Transformative Community Development. This professional degree program is jointly offered, as we have already alluded to, by other universities, Muzuzu in Malawi, National University of Ireland, MENU, and Zambia Open University. The objective of this master's program is to develop professionals who will indeed be better strategic decision makers, not only in climate resilience and food security of communities, but in all matters pertaining to national development, and emphasizing the important role higher education plays in different aspects of development in any country. For this reason, the selection process for candidates was very rigorous. Candidates were considered for the quality of their academic background, their strategic placement in decision-making processes, and their linkages to communities. The 13 candidates to begin this master's degree program have been drawn from various branches of the public and development sectors, including Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock, Ministry of Community Development, Ministry of Chiefs and Traditional Affairs, Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Health, Corridors of Hope, and the development sector. That is widespread indeed. We believe that this mix of skills and responsibilities set the tone for innovative, constructive, and progressive learning among this cohort of candidates. The Masters in Transformative Community Development will be offered on a modular basis, as has already been indicated by our Deputy Vice Chancellor. It will leverage the benefits of a high-level partnership, as also indicated. The candidates will be required to attend contact classes and where they will further interact with lecturers using audio-visual platforms and discussion among themselves using seminar approach. While away from campus, candidates will be required to complete assignments that prompt them to use their workplaces as study laboratories, hence applying the knowledge, the skills and competences, even as they study, to their work environment. This approach therefore places students learning in both the workplace and on campus and enhances their work productivity. We believe that this innovation will increase the relevance of learning.
These students already deal with small farm communities, but they approach from very different backgrounds. They have to achieve understanding of what one another know and sympathy for what each might be attempting in their existing governmental and non-governmental jobs. Their master's degree research must have to do with hunger in communities. Those communities will have to contribute both time and energy, neither of which is abundant on unmechanized farms where labour, health and food are already very short. Back from the field, the students must face their problems soberly. How might small farm livelihoods become secure with nutritionally valuable crops, and at the same time fit with the needs of the state for exportable crops, and with the capacities of the state to provide on-farm supports? How do you serve smallholders transformatively, so that plans for resilience can emerge with their support and passing their tests for usefulness? Above all, how do you yourself become transformative, getting close enough to the heart of the community so that you and those in the community recognize together what is needed and how to go after it?
out tolerant area depends out on what that is continue This has been put in as a punishment to deter people from cutting the trees that were planted, so that the trees that were planted be safeguarded so that we can use them later in the future.
Kutsala mitengo ndikuti kuli bwino kumafunikira so much okwanira.
Planting.
Okay, imaliza.
Okay.
Nde tinjewe ndikaona kwa umai umabula umaluso